Hello YouTube fans, this is TheSkullKlown. Why do people hate Nintendo? I mean, back then Nintendo used to rule the fucking world. It just ruled the freaking world. Then PlayStation came out. Then Xbox. And then all of a sudden, just people started hating on it. I remember when I was a little kid. I mean, people just started hating it right away. Oh, it's a kid's thing. Only little kids will play that shit. PlayStation, Xbox is the man shit. It's real men. Only real men play this shit. It was the most stupidest shit I have ever heard in my whole fucking life. If you're one of those people, then get the fuck out of this video. I'm sorry. Get out of here. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I just want to give my opinions about it. And if you fucking hate it, get the heck out of here. I'm sorry. But if you want to hear me out, fine. Go ahead. Hear me out. Nintendo... Nowadays, PlayStation 4 is coming out. Xbox One is coming out. And people are not really that excited about it. I mean, I'm not that excited about it. I wasn't that excited when the PlayStation 3 was announced. They probably do something wrong there. But, when Nintendo first came out, the system, the NES, people were speculating about, saying this company is making video game console. They're stupid. They're gonna ruin it. This company's gonna blow. And guess what happened? It became the most successful console in the world. People wanted it. People got it. It was at least like 300, maybe a little bit more. I know it was not 500. I know that. So it's probably around 400 or 300. So. Or maybe a 200 or something. I don't know how much was the price back then. I wasn't around back then. I was born in 93, okay? But, Sega came out. Sega Genesis, I believe. Sega came out and, basically competed with Nintendo. Two great consoles competing against each other. Now we have three consoles competing next to each other also. There's the Wii, there's the PlayStation 3, and the Xbox 360. For now. Right now, I mean, the Wii still... They basically brought the Wii U out, and some people say that was the next console for the Wii. I still think it's kind of shattering the DS, to tell you the truth. I mean, they still use the DS, yes, but I think that the Wii U is not really a console, in my opinion. I really don't see that. If you're going to name that as a console, then the Vita is the next PlayStation what? We already have the PlayStation 4 then. The Vita is the PlayStation 4. So anyways, it's just, back then, people that are shitting on Nintendo now are the people that actually played Nintendo when they were kids. And even if they never played it, they shitted on it because they think it's just for kids. And that's bullshit. Because there have been games out there that's probably not rated M, but at least rated T, and showed us that, hey, Nintendo could do this and that. And a lot of people complain, and a lot of people might put in the comment box saying, look what they did to Street Fighter. You know, in Sega Genesis, they had blood. In Nintendo, they didn't have blood. So they proved that they're little kids. Who gives a shit? I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit if they show blood or not in what was it? Mortal Kombat. Thank you, Mortal Kombat. I didn't care for that. I really did not. But people are like, oh no, it's child stuff. Let me go to Genesis. Fine. If you want to pick your consoles, fine. That's you. But the reason I'm making this video is because, you know, Nintendo needs some love. I mean, come on. A lot of people hate Nintendo for stupid reasons nowadays. Back then, back then it's competition, you know. But now, the Wii, like, Nintendo's in the background, behind the window, saying, you know, help me, You know, I want to be loved too. Hello. You know, and it's really upsetting that Nintendo's not getting the love that it deserves. And it's bullshit that, you know, before the PlayStation came out and the Xbox came out, what the fuck did you play? What the fuck did you play? Tell me, what did you play? Really, what did you play? You played the Sega Dreamcast, and you played what? The GameCube. If not, the Nintendo 64. So don't tell me that, oh, it was a piece of shit. No, don't tell me that shit, because you're fucking lying. Alright? You're fucking lying. And I know you guys are saying, wait, Nintendo never actually reached the pinnacle of, you know, the CDs like the PlayStation and Xbox did. That's true. That's really true. But they finally did it, but it was already too soon. You know, it was like, well, it's like, they did it when the Wii came out, and everyone was like, yeah, been there, done that, you know, fine, you have CDs, congratulations. I was like that too. I was like, finally you get CDs. But, you know, there's a lot of things with this Nintendo stuff, you know, and a lot of people hate Nintendo for a lot of stupid reasons. And if you can explain that to me in a perfect way, I won't find it stupid. But if you're going to say that, oh, Nintendo sucks because, oh, it sucks or something like that, then, like, oh, it's for kids, then you're fucking stupid and just get the fuck out of here. So, I might get a lot of dislikes for that, but you know what? It's well fucking worth it. Now, my first console was a PlayStation 1. So I know you guys are like, why are you complaining then? Because, to tell you, this when I was little. I didn't know anything back then. This when I was little. And I bet you guys are like, oh, you didn't know anything when you were little, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, forget it. Back then, when the Dreamcast was finally gone, Sega was not going to make normal consoles. To me, it kind of passed the torch to Sony to like the PlayStation. Kinda. I'm not saying it really did, but it didn't. But when I was a little kid in my eyes, it kind of like passed the torch to the PlayStation. Because remember, who started the CD? Basically, Sega did, right? It kind of failed, but now everyone's using it. And it works really well. And nowadays, everyone's realizing, hey, Sega had something. It failed, but they did it. You know, they had the balls to do something about it. They did it. It failed, but at least they did something about it. And some games on the CD, I think that's called, was not really that bad. Some of them were god awful. Some of them were really good. Some of them were okay. Some of them was just bad. But they tried. They did what they had to do, and they did it. And that's why we have game consoles that have CDs now. I mean, remember back then when PlayStation, shut up, you damn dog. Back then people, like, remember when back then PlayStation was going to come out and then they announced they're going to use CDs? People were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you going to use CDs? It failed on the Genesis, and now you want to put it here. And look what happened. The rest is history. And Nintendo basically, I'm not saying like, oh, Nintendo was in the background competing with PlayStation until the Xbox came. Then when the Xbox came, Nintendo was like, that's it, gone. But Nintendo was still there, you know. Nintendo is its own little world now. Like me, I'm in my own little world all the time. And I don't give two fucks what no one thinks. If they hate my video, then get out. If you like my video, good. Thank you for supporting my videos. But if Nintendo is its own little world, like I said, and Xbox and PlayStation are like competing each other, like clashing like titans. And, you know, Wii or Game Boy or whatever that was out at the time was just like, you know, standing there like, you know, you guys fight. I don't care. I think the reason that, you know, they didn't really try to compete with PlayStation and Xbox is because maybe they tried to do something better and go up to the top and be like, hey, we went up to the top where you guys were fighting. You guys should have been focused at what you should do instead of you guys competing. I know it's kind of like, wow, dude, really? I know it's kind of like, what, these people are not real life. Yes, I know, but you got to face facts. You got to be like, hey, this and this and this, you know, this what's happened, this is what could happen, this what probably might happen. I don't know the whole story about, you know, Nintendo or anything like that, or PlayStation or Xbox, but, you know, I have played the Xbox. It's a great console. Will I buy it? Fuck no. I'm not a Microsoft fan, but if I'm ever going to play a Microsoft game, it'll probably be on the PC, so. And the new generation console, right now it's not looking good, in my opinion. Probably you guys think it's okay, that's fine. That's your cup of tea, fine. And I did hear that, you know, PlayStation wants to do like computer games like that. People don't have a problem with it, some people do. And I mean, I don't really, when the PlayStation 4 comes out, once we finally see what it is, we'll probably stop being little kids, you know, whatever. But oh yeah, I know this is about Nintendo, but the Xbox. Why is it called Xbox One? I heard it was going to be called Xbox 720. That right there sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty awesome to me, but whatever. Excuse me. And by the way, the controller for the Xbox, tell me that the people from Microsoft did not get inspired by the controller from Nintendo. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, look at it. I know you'd be like, wait, there's different buttons everywhere. Yes, I know, but I'm talking about the main buttons that you press all the time. Not the control patterns, the other buttons that Y, X, B, and A, I believe. Yes, I'm right about that. I mean, every time I see those buttons on the Xbox controller, I think about Nintendo. And I'm like, probably Microsoft was inspired by Nintendo to put those buttons in. And a lot of people are like, Xbox is never Nintendo. True, it is, that's true. Xbox is not Nintendo. But the buttons on there is like, you know, people are going to think it's Nintendo. Parents, grandparents, people are going to think it's Nintendo. Back then, you know, no one didn't care. Still to this day, no one doesn't care. And to me, every time I see those buttons, I'm always going to remember Nintendo. And I'm not saying that I hate Xbox for no reason. Just because I'm not buying the console doesn't mean I hate Xbox. It's just that I grew up with the PlayStation. So, there you go. Did I have money to buy an Xbox? No. Did I have money to buy a PS2? No. There you go. Did I have money to buy a Nintendo? No. But have I played games on it? Yes, I have. My friends owned it, and I played around with it. And sometimes I borrowed it. So there's a lot of things that I like about Nintendo. There's a lot of things I like about PlayStation and also Xbox. But the real factor is that, you know, I still don't get why people hate Xbox, PlayStation. I still don't get the fact why people hate Nintendo. Just because it's a kid's console. That's, to me, when people are saying, oh, it's a kid's console, blah, blah, it just blew my mind. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? What's wrong with you? What was the first thing that you ever played before the PlayStation came out in the Xbox? And don't tell me that, oh, I never played the fucking Nintendo system. Bullshit, because you had a fucking family member that fucking owned the system. And if you didn't own the system, okay then. If no one in your family or you never owned the system, or your father or your mother never bought you the system, okay then, fine. Because my parents never bought me the system. Why? Because I wasn't a big, huge gamer like I am right now. You know, I was too busy, I don't know, watching cartoons like Ninja Turtles, Transformers, I don't know, Power Rangers, what else could be said? All those classic cartoons I watched when I was a kid. So there you go. And it's just that, you know, it's Nintendo needs some love. Show it some love. And if you have an old Nintendo system, dust it out and play the shit out of it. Because you know why? Sooner or later, maybe, maybe down the road, Nintendo will be gone forever. And there will be people that will miss Nintendo. And if it's gone forever, people might say, hey, thank God Nintendo's gone. We don't have to see that piece of shit anymore. You might say that now, but a few more years, you might be like, wow, I just realized that, you know, Nintendo was actually my childhood. This is what I actually started with when I was a kid and moved on up. And I still look back at it and see what great games I have played. That's how I see that's how I see Nintendo. And if it's ever gone in the future, Nintendo, you know, the consoles, especially the company Nintendo, then it was a great run for Nintendo. And, you know, it's just to me that without Nintendo, we won't have these consoles. And a lot of people will be like, oh, yeah, right. No, it's true, though. It's really true. We probably had other consoles before the Nintendo, yeah, but they kind of failed. They mostly was computer. So, there you go. But, it's true, though. Without Nintendo consoles, we won't have a PlayStation. We won't have Xbox. We won't have Sony be like, hey, if Nintendo could do this, we could do this. If Nintendo didn't do it, Microsoft would have been like, okay, Sony did it, Nintendo did it, why not we? How come we can't do it, right? So there you go. I mean, all that. And if the NES never came out, then, aka the Super Famicom, if it never came out, then where will we be? Where will we be as gamers? That's what I like to know. Maybe you guys should think about that too. But if you like this video, fine, comment, subscribe. Join me on Facebook as Giovanni Velasquez and on Twitter as @TheSkullKlown. If you can't find it, the link will be in the description box. And if you hate this video, then I'm sorry. You just hate it. I don't care if you hate it. If you like this video, tell me what you guys like about it. And do a response video about it if you want to. So, see ya guys.